Alright, guess which movie I see this weekend? Argylle. Now, of course, they reference ninjas like I do, or they reference, right? Now, weird thing, if you're gonna see the movie, remember how when I was singing songs from olden time and Oh My Darling Clementine came up? Maybe you might see something having to do with the song or the name. Clementine. Maybe, if you guys see the movie. Now, if you watch the previews, I know, and you know how movies usually go, you might can figure out which scene it's even leading to next, right? If you're that good at watching movies, right? But that don't mean, again, like I guess they would bring Han Solo back in Star Wars, right? How can I guess that? Well, who was the first person to get killed with a lightsaber who came back? Ben Kenobi, right? Hello? It's not rocket science. It's Star Wars. It's Star Wars. Now, that might have spoiled it for a lot of you, and I know it freaked you out when Han was killed, but I don't know why either. mm-hmm. They brought back Ben Kenobi, and Darth Vader sliced through him with a lightsaber, but he disappeared, right? You know, what did they do with Han's body? We don't know. We don't know. Was that even dealt with? Did they burn it or something? Or right? I know. But he's also one with the Force too, right? And he believed in it. Remember. He said it was all true. Mm-hmm. Again. Not saying he was trained as a Jedi or anything, but I guess. But who was? Ben. Okay. Do you see why? Do you see why? Ben had the Force. So did Rey. Now, Rey also didn't necessarily see him. Right. But Ben did. Who saw Obi-Wan? Luke. Right. And who only saw Obi-Wan? Luke. Though Han met Ben Kenobi too. He never saw him though. Right. That's how that works. Even in the Force, it can be explained. Right. Now, if you know anything about spy movies, though, you know the premise of the movie. You're gonna see weird car chases. You're gonna see motorcycle chases, train chases, bus, whatever. I don't know about bus, but whatever. Saying that because of Keanu Reeves and Speed, right? But again, anything can be a target. Anything can be a target, right? Even a bus. And that's from Speed, right? And like on the last wild cards, right? Which is again where the police officer is with a shady character who may have been a thief or associated with someone in prison, right? And this past week they went to a vineyard and there was a wolf involved, right? And I always talk about sometimes wine or drinking or things like that, and coincidentally, though you know who I would do, the girl. She can get into my home. No dude can get in my home. No, he's just not gonna happen, right? And like I said, are you trying to pull a bait and switch or something? Now, I usually tell you what I'm gonna do for the day, too. I don't hide nothing. Now, Argylle didn't start till 1:30. So again, right, I had to wait till 11:30 to go see the movie. Usually I get lunch before then, breakfast too, right? But it's about 6 hours apart. So, I went to the Huddle House this morning, right? From the Huddle House, right, I went back home and slept till almost 11 o'clock, right? And I thought the movie was originally showing at 12:45, but that turned out to be in the old IMAX, and they got the new IMAX, which is the world's tallest IMAX, right? But they were showing it in both of them, and then I found out the standard didn't start till 1:30, right? So I had to get the ticket and then come back and went to Walmart and bought me a pair of pants, right? And went shopping a little bit, right? And until about a little bit after 1, and then went back and then went to the bathroom and then went and seen the movie, right? alone. Alright. Then I told you about getting me a ride symbol. Well, I got my ride symbol from Portman's Music, right? And I bought it over a 2-month period. And you don't need to know, again, what it costs, but I paid on it, right? Enough to get it out in 2 months, right? Let's say it was $200. How much do you think I paid for it in a 2-month period, right? You divide that by 3 payments, right? So that was about $66, right? But guess what? I'm going to have $66 more next month, right? That I didn't have this month, right? Something like that. Anyway. A little bit more money, right? But still, I'm struggling in my finances, right? To make it every month, right? Sometimes my mom will spot me some money. I ain't gonna tell you how much, but that's none of your business. But hypothetically, let's say, she might give me a little bit of money, right? Not gonna tell you the amount, but it's not several $100s, let's put it that way either, right? It's enough to help with a little food or see a movie or whatever, right? And again, that's between me and her, really, but, it's no big deal. Most people can get a little bit of money from their parents anyway, and things like that, right? And y'all acting crazy about it. Yes, you are. And you can't change the story, You can't, obviously, even if you want to. I'm not going to let you change the story, right? I've been posting solidly for 4 years on this one particular channel, since January of 2020, right? And like I keep telling you, right? Right. You aren't to tell someone else's story for them, right? They tell their story. You're not to make things up about them. They can, but you can't, right? And if I make something up, I generally tell people I'm making something up, right? That's most people anyway. And I was hospitalized in 93 because I started hearing voices on my ship, right? But not before I joined the Navy, right? I was never hospitalized for it. And all you can do is ask my relatives if I was going around saying God was talking to me before 1993, which they'll tell you no. If they're still alive even now. Things like that, right? That's all you can do, right? Is ask someone I know before I joined the Navy, was I going around telling them God was talking to me, right? Nope. Was I hospitalized for it before 93? Nope. Therefore, it's all service connected. Therefore, it's all service connected. 100%. 100%. And that's what I'm disabled for anyway. It ain't the physical thing, right? Though I got that too, I guess, right? I also failed the 3 stories in the Navy, right? And I got evidence for that, right? And that's all I need to tell you. I got evidence for it. There's evidence for the book in the book with it, right? Even if you don't like it. Even if you don't like it. The amount of the fall don't matter if I survive the fall either. And I done told you I was simply locked out my room, and because I studied into the martial arts, trying to get in through the window. That's all, and that's all. If you don't want to hear that, you don't want to hear that. No. But it ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna change either. That's how I got injured, by trying to get into the window, right? Now, if my injury is in my ankle and pelvis, that's where the injury is. And again, no. When you're showing someone unconditional love, they can be a jerk about it, right? That's the thing. That's the problem. That's the problem too, right? And eventually, since Satan or something died, right, we could die too. But if something is resurrected or someone is resurrected, you too could be resurrected one day. And that's what John is talking about in Revelations anyway. He talks about a resurrection of the just and the unjust people, right? And then that Jesus will come back and come back again, right? And then everybody will be resurrected, right? We just don't know when. No. And some people are trying to rush his return like they know, right? When they probably don't know. They just are seeing signs about something, right? I'm not saying, right, there aren't going to be signs now, right? But the signs still don't mean what you think it means. It could have to do with simply the rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem, which is going to cause a big fallout with people in the Middle East, right? Some people don't want it there, and some people do, right? But probably more do than don't, right? Or don't than do, right? There you go, that's the problem, right? So I think it's not even necessary for a temple in Jerusalem, right? But anyway, you know, when you talk about other things come up, right? And that is what makes this educational too, right? You research, right? Things sometimes you put in the book or you don't put it in the book either, right? Right. Right. There you go.